Hello everyone, this is Rishikesh Meherwadi here. In this video, we are going to talk about how you can practice with LLMs. Now, there are multiple different options, but let's say you don't want to pay anyone anything to practice using the LLMs. So, first option which you have is there are some API based free LLMs, or I would say free quota. They have some limited quota which is good enough to practice. So, API based with free quota. In this, there are two options which comes in. One is Gemini and other is going to be Groq. These are two well-known options. There are again many different options available which comes up with the free quota in the API. One more third option, if you don't want to go with the APIs, you want to set up completely local, again for the practice, you can go with Ollama. Okay, so you can install Ollama locally, and through that also you will be able to access these models. Now, how do we access? So first thing, we will go with LangChain. So if I go with the Google and search for LangChain Gemini model, we will have some pretty decent steps to access this LLM models. I'll skip this all. We will understand what all libraries are required. So if you see, this is the first step that we should do. So let me install this library, which is the langchain-google-genai. So this is going to be the first library. After this, it says that we need to set up the keys. Okay, so one is the Gemini Developer API key, there is Vertex AI API key, Vertex AI with credentials. We will go with the Gemini Developer API. So for this, we need to set up this key. Okay, for this, we need to set up this key. Let me copy this code and I'll be pasting here. We have the installation completed. Now we need to set up this key. So let me remove this part. Okay, and what I'll do is input equal to, we will be giving an input. Now, how do we get the key? To get the key, you can go to Google AI Studio. This is the website, aistudio.google.com. Within this, once you log in, you will come to a page like this. You have to do a Google login. After doing a Google login, you will come to a page like this, and they come up with like a lot of different options, code, everything. Like you can access Gemini 3, Nano Banana, VO3, text to speech. All of this, they come up with a good code and all. So now to access this model, first thing we should do is get to this get API key. Here you will find a list with all your available keys. I already have a key, but let me show you how you can create one. You go to create API key. Within this, you have to create a create project. I already have projects, but you have to select create project, give a name, one project will be available to you. You select a project name and then I'll provide a name to this key. I'll say practice key, create key. So once I do this, a key will be generated for me. Okay, so this is a practice key. So within the test one, let me go, this both are same. So I'll just copy this key and close this. Now when I run this code, I'll just specify the key and done. So this is going to set up the key. Okay, so the os.environ variable is going to have this key now. Let us see the next step. Once you have set up the key, we have to go ahead. We'll not go with the langsmith in this. So this is a way by which you will be able to connect to your model. Now let us copy this line. In this, we can right now eliminate all of these features. Okay, this is like Gemini 3 Pro preview. These are different models. Now, how you can see what all models are available in Gemini? You can go here, come to dashboard, home, and within this, like even you go to playground, and within the playground, you see there is a list of models here. Okay, so if you see all models, we have this Gemini 3 Pro preview, Gemini 3 Pro image preview. So these are all different names of the model which are available. Okay, so let us see what we have. Is it matching here? Gemini 3 Pro preview. So this is the Gemini 3 Pro preview model which we are using. We will run this code. Now to access the LLM, LangChain is good. It comes up with some good factory methods which allows us to have like a similar interface for different type of options. So we can say model dot invoke I'll say, let's say, tell us about AI agents in 20 words. So once we run it, so model.invoke is the syntax. We have to give it a prompt. So this is our input prompt. Now model is running in the background. It is like running at a API level. So at a API level, now the model is running and we will be able to see the output from this. So in first iteration, we have got an error. So let us see why this error is coming. We'll go to this last line. It says that quota exceeded. As this is a new model with a limited quota, it's possible to have a limited quota. So we will come down to a older model, which is much more faster, which is like Gemini Flash latest. So let me copy this and we will try to put it here. There are variety of models which are available. The only thing is the model with the latest version will have a, let us just check if this we are able to run. Okay, so as you see, we are able to run this. So I think we were missing this slash models. Let me add slash models and try it again. So the other model, it worked and we have got the output, autonomous AI programs acting for users, perceiving environments, making decisions. So that's about AI agents. Just to see if this is running, let us just have a one more round. I think this is going in a one more loop. It may not work. There's a quota limitation with this model right now. So we will exclude it for now. But if you go with this, let me come down to this model. I'll just copy this model again and we will pass it here. Okay. So this is the with the Gemini model. Now what we will do is we will now go to the other variant. Okay. This is how you can access the Gemini model, which is like free. I have a my normal Google account and from there I'm using it and I'm using a free access here, which is good for you to practice, try things and work on it. Now this is Gemini. And one more option is Groq. Okay, it's not GROK, it's a GROQ, which is a separate service that provides like a very fast inference on the LLM models. It gives you access to different open source LLM models. They host the open source models and gives us a token level or the API level access to these different open source models. Okay, like the Llama, DeepSeek, Qwen, all these different models are available over Groq and we can use them. So once you log in, okay, you will be able to start building and this will take you to the login. I'm already logged in. So I'm on this page. Similarly, here also you see this API keys option. I have multiple different API keys. Like I'll just delete some of this and I'll create one new. Okay, so this is like test 111. Okay, this is just for testing. I'll say submit. This will create a new token. Okay, now what we will do is langchain grok. Okay, so there is this chat grok option. Now for this, we have to again install a separate library. Okay, this is the library which we need. If we want to use the model which is hosted over the Groq, we need to go with this approach. So let me install this library now. Pip install langchain grok. I'll go with upgrade and quiet. So similarly, what we need to do here is we just need to set up the key. Now to set up the key, let me copy this key and then I'll just replace it with input. Okay, so the value is now set for the key. Now what we will do is inside this, okay, this was a library which we installed already. So this is a line which we need to copy. Now there are different options. There's options we will talk sometime later, like this temperature, max tokens and all. So now we are picking the DeepSeek R1 Distill Llama 7B. We have to just check if this model is present in the list. For example, we have to go to the playground and you will be able to see the different models available here. Okay. Also, they come up with the quota limits. What's the quota and all you will be able to see here. So these are different models. We'll pick up someone which is like a bit of a small model. So we can pick up anyone. There is no problem with that. But we have to see that we are picking a text to text model for this use case, at least right now. So let me go with something from uh, Qwen. Okay, Qwen 32B. So we need to just pick this line. Okay, this is the name of the model. Now in this, we need to replace this with the name of the model. Let me see if we can work with this. LLM.invoke. Tell me about AI agents in 20 words, not 20 words, 20 words. So as we see, like there was a very quick outcome immediately from the Groq. Groq is more famous for a faster inference in terms of the model. So the moment we ran it, we got a very quick response from the Groq model. So this is with the Grok. You can change the models and use different models for practice. You can utilize that this to build like agents. Agents sometimes it may work or sometimes it may not work based on the quota. You have a quota with respect to like a minute and a day if you see. So you have to follow this. If you go beyond this, you will get an error. Okay, so if you see there is a 8K tokens per minute and 200K per day. 1000 requests you can do per day and 30 minutes, 30 per minute. So this is the quota that you have. So you have to be mindful of this quotas. So this is how we can use the Grok. Different models you can try out with the Grok. The third and one more option. Now we discussed two things which are like these two are for API based models, which is like these models are running on the cloud. You are accessing them through the API. Nothing is running on your local as a model. You're just accessing, giving the tokens to the model. Model is running in the cloud and getting back the tokens. But let's say you want to run it locally. Now to run it locally, there is a one more option, which is Ollama. So Ollama is used to run the models locally, okay, like open source models. You can go to download and you have to set it up locally. For Windows, Linux, Mac OS, it is separately available. So you have to install it. Once you install, there are n number of open source models available with Ollama. Okay, so there are like this cloud-based models like Vision, embedding models. These are all like embedding models. These are vision-based models. These are tool following models. These are thinking based models. So all of these are like different type of models which are available. Okay. So what we can do is like we can go even go to new. Let me remove all the filters from this. Okay. We can pick up something. So let me go to the UI. So see, this is the Ollama UI. Okay, so once you open the Ollama, you will get like chat interface like this. Now we can pick up a model from here. This is all the list of models which are available. You can pick up something. So based on the memory and things that you have, like the resources and hardware that you have, you can pick up a model. For example, I'm going with the 1B, the lighter version of the model. So you can go with the 4B, 12B, but all of those will again require a larger memory or even a GPU to run this model locally. Otherwise, like bigger models will be very slow. So right now I have this Gamma 3 colon 1B model available. Okay, so we can just chat it here. Tell me about AI agents in 20 words. Okay, I'm just going with the same thing everywhere. Now, if you see, it takes a bit of a time, few seconds, like not that much. This is like a small model. So this is giving a response right now. So now let's see how we can use this in LangChain. So I'll go here, LangChain Ollama. Okay, so we will go to this Ollama chat Ollama. Within this, we have to again install the library. We already have done installing the model. We have this Gamma model already installed. Okay, and this is a way to install the Ollama and install the specific model. You can go with multiple models. There is also command line option to install the models. If you go here in the search and just pick up any one model, it will give you a command interface. For example, this command. So once you install, you'll have this Ollama object available. In the CMD, if you run it, this model will be downloaded locally. Okay, so this is one. So now let us go here and set this model through LangChain. I will now this was Qwen. Okay, so let's install this. Now let me come here. So this is done. We also using the latest version of pip. Let us first run this and see if we are getting an error for Ollama installation. So I remove this and we will pick up the version which is already there in the UI, which is Gamma 3 colon 1b. Gamma colon Gamma 3 colon 1b. Okay, now we will just do invoke. Tell me about AI agent in 20 words. Let's see what happens. Okay, so there is a connection error. Okay, this will not run the Ollama because this is a cloud service. Okay, so this is a cloud service, so we don't have Ollama on this. But if you run it with the same setup, this will work on in your local setup. So just to summarize, we went through like three different options. One is Gemini, how can we create an account, create a key, and then use LangChain, install the libraries, and we will be able to access the LLMs directly. Second was through the Groq. In Groq, the open source LLM models are hosted over their own infrastructure, but we can access them through the API. It comes with a cost, but for smaller use cases, it is available freely. Even for practices, it is available freely. So we can access the Groq model. Next, we have the Ollama, which is like running on the local. So same setup, same code, everything. If you try it, it will work out locally. Right now, this is Vidvatta platform, so this is not running, but in local, it will work as it is. Okay, thank you so much.